okay, we get some, somewhat happy Star Trek news. Man, if anyone's following the travails of the sets of the Star Trek Continues down in Kingsland, Georgia, they had a bit of an issue. It turned out the warehouse they were in was sold, and basically the people who took it over or whatever did not want these people with these weird sets, and they wanted to do their own thing with this warehouse, so they had to get out. So it's like, so they are doing. They're saying for a while, okay, we got a place in mind. We're got an undisclosed location for a while. Well, it's been disclosed. They are now going to be in the Sandusky Mall in Sandusky, Ohio. Apparently, they're taking over one of the spots by one of the anchor stores, and it's right next to the lake. Here, it's like full mall thing. They got all the amenities you want for, plenty of space, heating and air conditioning, so they can shoot year round and not have people dropping out because of heat stroke. Because I went to sets twice in Georgia, and it's like Steph actually went down once. Okay, that caused a bit of a kerfuffle there. It was over by the bridge, and, but fortunately in the back area where they could plop on a couch for a while. But it's like that was an interesting time. But let's take a look. Once
okay, is it bad that Star Trek Continues being able to do more of their project, great, all that, but there's a part of me going, but in a mall? There's a part of me just laughing.
Well,
I'm sorry.
The Phase 2 outfit was operating out of an old dollar store, Dollar General. That's what they took over, and it's now a life. Yeah.
Nothing against them. It's fan projects. You have to get the buildings they can let.
Yeah.
But I do find it funny.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the Sandusky Mall here. I'm trying to figure out what it said they're taking over an anchor store. Well, I'm guessing the Pennies is still up and running. And Hobby Lobby sure as hell ain't going anywhere, I don't think.
My opinion of that company's gone downhill drastically.
Yeah. TJ
Ross,
Ross, TJ Maxx. So I don't think.
Bear in mind to the Hobby Lobby people, the manager you defended who harassed somebody who, as they were telling him, I have medical issues, you're stressing, literally chased somebody out of the building for saying things that were unsavory who has documented Tourette's.
Okay, Spirit Halloween. I'm guessing it's where the Spirit Halloween is right now.
Probably.
These are not permanent stores. They always just pop ups. I'm guessing this is probably where it's going to be. And they're still everything's still on trucks right now in Sandusky. So like they're just waiting for Halloween to get over with so they can unload and set up. But that's the only thing I can figure. It's like, But yeah, they've got I mean, you're doing a thing. You got a mall right there at you. You got something. I got something to eat. Oh well, go down to the food court. Or whatever. Or whatever they got here. It's like you got. I don't know. They got a Claire's right next door. You got a.
Great. They'll have a bunch of dumb teeny boppers nearby. I mean,
that'll be cheap labor for extras. Okay.
Wow. I don't think you want to be those creepy guys going, teenage girls come in here. I mean,
Federation headquarters? What the heck? Well, this could be why they're at the Sandusky Mall. Because right across the causeway there, the Federation headquarters, the gift shop, museum, and corporate headquarters of the nonprofit International Federation of Trekkers, not associated with Paramount Global. The chapters all around the world, powered from its headquarters in the Sandusky Mall. Federation is focused on a brighter future for all by helping those in need today. Yeah, there's a lot of charity outward. Stop in and view / take your picture on the bridge of the Enterprise, a 14-foot model of the Enterprise, and shop around for gifts. Well, there you go, kids. But now it's like, no, it's not just a picture. I'm guessing it's probably just a command chair on a backdrop. Well, across the way, you can have the bridge for real. Okay. That seems to be another case of do some creative rearranging of the set.
I can go down the highway just a little bit and go visit Spiner's desk from Next Gen.
Yeah, at Riverside. Yeah, but this is only 2 states over. So.
Well, you said that's in Ohio.
Sandusky.
I don't know the layout of Ohio.
At the Sandusky Mall. It's up by Lake Erie.
My point is, I'm going to have to look up how close that'll be to where I'll be there in end of February.
So yeah, I guarantee this is what where can we do this? And then I'm sure they call, hey Ray, we got a spot right across from us in the mall. It'll be perfect for you.
Let me see here.
It'd be great if we had a scale or something, because we could do an overlay of stage 9.
Okay, so it's not that ultra close to where I'm supposed to be, though.
It's closer than Kingsland, Georgia. I guarantee goddamn to you.
No, that's not it. I'm figuring things out. Because I've already been trying to figure out how I can manage to squeeze getting into a few states I haven't been to before into this trip. And it isn't far from freaking Michigan, although that's a shithole anyways.
Yeah.
I still haven't actually been there officially.
Mm-hmm. And I think outside of the Upper Peninsula, don't bother.
Definitely not going to go where it's close to. It's just on the other side of the lake from Detroit.
Well, let's take a look here. Back up a bit. But yeah, that's got to be it. Once I saw the spirit, that's it. That's where they're going.
See, last time I went to see Drew, we went to Fort Wayne. This time we're going to Columbus. Penis juice.
Let's go look at Sandusky. No, not Jerry Sandusky. Yeah. There's a reason why.
You are a very immature woman.
There's a reason why he's in orange right now. Okay, City of Sandusky, Ohio, founded 1818. Okay. There's Lake Erie. Yeah. Well, let's see.
I've kind of figured out I'm starting my streams only when I'm not ticking for a while, so I can actually try to get it monetized part of the time. Hey, Real. It still gets demonetized half the time, but at least I get a few of them monetized that way.
Yeah. So, and of course, they're also, they are. Oh, jeez. Hello. Speak. Yes.
So apparently, as it turns out, the skeleton clock on the Rocky Horror Picture Show
Yeah.
had a real skeleton in it.
Of course it did.
Yeah, and sold it at Sotheby's auction for $60,000.
Okay. I'm doing a live stream about the fate of the Star Trek Continues set. You want to jump in?
No, I don't do live streams anymore.
Okay, fine.
But I just thought that was a fun fact.
Okay. All righty.
Bye.
Anyway. No. Pass this news on to her later, I guess. I mean, she's from Michigan. She wants to get back there. God knows why.
I was going to say no accounting for taste, but...
Well, home is home.
I mean, I want to visit it, but then again, I want to get every state under my belt I can.
Yeah.
But...
I want to hold off until they get some sane government. And
yeah, I can't do that. Otherwise, I'll never get to visit in my lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah, where's the wiki? Here we are.
Besides, I've been to California.
I used to live in California.
See, who are you to criticize the government there, considering Cali?
Oh,
who are you saying that to, Real? Oh God, not tonight. I'm going to the doctor in about an hour and a half to have them freaking dilate my eyes and do all kinds of diabetic testing on my eyeballs. Plus Tuesday and Thursday nights I'm available on streams.
Hello.
I'm going to be a medical experiment today. I'm not going to see most of the day.
Okay, let's. So here is Sandusky. We can possibly get some detail here. It's not being cooperative. Slowly filling in gaps. Come on, damn it. I'm guessing, you know, they got a lot of, you know, attractions, you know, some amusement parks and stuff.
Where were you in South Dakota anyways? Let's have a little chat about it now.
And now we're getting some details.
We could definitely talk about it on a stream sometime. Yeah, tonight's not going to happen, unfortunately. I'm blind.
I mean, we do off. You know, you could do off camera unless you really want to see her with those welding goggle glasses they give you.
Well, I wouldn't be able to really do much either because I use my vision heavily, and plus it's Tuesday. I have not available on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm busy doing other stuff, especially with the gnome.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to stick a gnome hat on him right as Drew looks at him.
Yeah.
That would be kind of fun.
It kind of sells the go. Oh, you're the gnome. You're the reason I
just wait for Drew to look over, stick a gnome hat on him, and start pointing at him.
Mm-hmm.
You're terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Sweetie.
Yeah.
Have you looked in a mirror lately?
Oh, come on.
Well, anyway, here's the town of Sandusky.
Your husband said that he's going to do a diamond art for you. And don't worry about sending back the Starry Night.
So apparently the one I got is bigger than the one you got her. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you want to do it. Give you something to do while you're laying there.
You should try it.
I'm still going to want to have him with me when I do it.
Well, no shit. You're going to spill shit all over the place and I'm going to be crawling on the carpet trying to find these things.
Nah.
Which ways? Good luck. Yeah.
Beware, that company has a tendency to have their beads very staticky when you first open them. So just be careful when you open them. Do not just try to use them from the bags they come in. Kit them up into either jars or bags so that you can close them off when you're not working on them so you don't spill all the colors together.
I think one of them big, really big pill minder things. I've been gonna.
Oh, I use pill containers for it. I get other stuff. The big thing is, even if it's just like little zip bags, and you put each one in its own bag, just make sure that they're kitted up so that you're only using the portion you need, and if you spill, you only lose a little bit of one color.
Okay.
How else do you think I keep from losing all my beads doing this with Tourette's? I mean,
all these years later, since Kid Sis moved in over here, we're still having crab herpes.
How did I get on the list? This is U.S. funeral expenses. Get out the fuck.
Is it wrong that somebody sent me a text saying you should vote for this person, and my response was, "Oh, go fuck off and screw a light socket." I got blocked by the spammer.
Mm-hmm.
Frankly, you were nicer than I would have been.
Yeah.
Also more creative, anyway.
Well, I mean, ask him about when I was in the hospital and I was getting these spam calls.
Yeah, they started complaining from down the hall. You know.
I still remember the one I scared off really well. I knew this was a spam number. I've dealt with it before. It called and I answered and I put on my most chipper voice and went, City Mark, you slice them, we dice them.
Oh.
And it just went dead, followed by,
Never mind.
what's that wrong of me?
Yeah. Too bad you didn't have one of your really bad ticks. That would have scared them off even more.
Nah. Sometimes the calm, chipper, and not crass makes people think you're more articulately planned, which scares them more. Honestly, I offend people more when I'm calculated and just casually and flat tones insult them with normal language than I am when I'm swearing at them. Whereas my mom said, when you're calm, you're savage.
Oh, this is why we like you.
Yeah. Just a minor story Dennis Leary talking about, when 9/11 happened. And the firemen around at the golf course, their day off, and they're in Jersey. They see it happen. So we got to get over there. And they commandeer a bus. And the driver, we got to get into New York. I ain't going over there. Tell them to operate the bus. And this one guy comes up to him and says, okay, you got to go. No, I'm going with you. Screw it. We need the help. So they go and all day working with these guys and kind of bonding a bit. Gets a phone call to his wife. Wonder where the hell he is. He didn't bother to call home to tell him he's going home. I said, no, I'm down at down at the trading center. Yeah, sure you are. Okay.
One of the guys who joined that crew was actually a friend of mine. Yeah.
No, he had the phone to one of the firemen and said, look, tell one in. And Dennis Leary said, if it was me, I said, yeah, Murphy's Pub. What do you want?
Changing your avatar again, eh?
I did that days ago.
Oh, that's a no.
I haven't seen this one before, though. Usually that character of you riding an eagle and one step away from a wardrobe malfunction.
It's not that bad.
And Parrot strikes again.
But what do you think of how badly they planned out the letters in my diamond art?
Yeah.
You did look in the group chat at that, right, Steph?
Judging by your reaction, I think you did.
Yeah, probably.
I just don't think necessarily that's a word I need to be staring at for hours. I mean,
no. Well, I just concentrate on doing the F's out of the way.
I do them in order. I just did the A's.
Okay. Either way, still breaks it up. Okay, is that game today? Actually, not as playing Derby. Let's see. Okay, it's tonight. Well, 7:45. Let's actually be kicking off about now. Okay, so.
I was thinking about the Help I Sexted My Boss podcast. Because I have a couple sexual stories that I guarantee would pique their interest to read on air. But I really don't want to out people, so I'd have to do this completely anonymous.
Okay.
Oh, Rosetta, when I was telling one of my occupational therapists about the channel, a whole bunch of Eagle Rider channels came up. So I had to literally tell him that, it was the channel with the avatar of a big woman riding an eagle.
Well, The thing is, there is a bike company called Eagle Rider, but again, for some reason, YouTube has moved a whole shit ton of fan accounts that have like 1 to 20 followers above me in search engines because they don't want people to find me.
Weird. Okay, now where is this one living here?
Well, when Lucky asked me about
Colorado Springs.
all I had to do was tell him that I was your avatar.
I may be doing a road trip to Colorado Springs when we finally get that loan.
Assuming you do.
Yeah, and that's a big if, but but if we get the loan, that won't be a problem because I can afford it to Uber down to Colorado Springs. It's a 2018 Fusion for $8,579.
Eventually, I'm going to have to replace my poor little Fit.
I hit the wrong button here. I almost blanked out of the thing. Okay.
It was hit by the Prius. It had that stupid freaking SUV smash it. It's had multiple severe off-roading incidences with me. I don't know why that would happen. They were legal places to drive. They just weren't considered safe places to drive.
Oh, my sister used to go off-roading in her Pinto, okay?
Yeah, but I can name 2 specific times where it took gunning through mud and stuff, riding high points to force my way through about 5-6 miles and ended up with like 100 to 200 pounds of mud caked into the bottom of the car that had to be pried and cleaned off. One of them, even after that, we still had to have a mechanic pull almost over 50 pounds off of the engine block inside.
So the opening bits from Redneck Woman, it's like, yeah, that's live.
That was actually on one of the back roads in the Badlands when it was flooding, though. And it was better to get all that in the engine than to end up stranded in a mud bog in the middle of nowhere in the desert.
Yeah.
There was no way around it. The road was fine. We turned a corner, and all of a sudden we were in mud, and if you stopped, you would have been stuck. So we just gunned it and kept going. And a few miles later, we got out of it. Boy, was there a lot of stuff caked into the car. Like, I'm not getting stranded on a back road in a desert in the middle of nowhere along the res. Fuck no.
I'm still remembering the one time I started going down the back road near the quartz plant in the middle of the night, and it just got me so freaked out because there were no guardrails, and I ended up,
driving. That's freaking nuts. Yeah.
The winding dirt road up to the top of Mount Coolidge for the lookout tower has no guardrails. Winding mountainside dirt road trying to get you up quickly. They do, however, close it during winter and not let anybody up there. I can't imagine why. Can you?
You should have seen me the first time he tried to take me up Lookout Mountain at night.
Yeah. Yeah, it was real fun. She screaming like an idiot, and to the point to pull over, and then a Jeffco sheriff pulled. Is there a problem here? No, she's having a panic attack. Okay.
I also did this whole twisted maintenance road route to get to a location where you could collect your own Fairburn agates, which I do have a bunch of in the garage. My goddaughter filled a bucket with them when we got there.
Then there was that one time we went to that mountain wedding, honey.
Up in Lyons,
Yeah. I had to drink some of Richard's special brew.
Had to get her good and drunk to get her back down here. When she was, so the same road she was, about ready to leave her finger imprints on the dashboard. She was, she was laughing her ass off on the way back.
That's because I had some of Richard's special brew.
Yes, which meant I was not happy. You little shit.
So she got wasted and made you do all the work.
There was more than a couple of times it's like put her out of the fucking car and walk behind for a while. It's like, no, I'm not putting up with this.
Yeah, but being drunk off my ass on the way back.
What you're saying is her drunk is not a pleasant experience.
Well, it depends on No, her sober in that situation is not a pleasant. She was drunk. She was laughing about it after the crap I went through getting up there.
I still remember that one time when we were coming home from one of Karal Vaj's parties, and I was still pretty new in the state, and we had to take your mother's car through the car wash at night.
Yeah, because there's a little bit of technical yawn action going on there.
Yeah, it's a good thing you had the master code.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was working though.
Yay! I think I have the last place where that word was covered up. Yep, all covered.
Okay. So no more horrible slurs in their family, whatever, poking at you. All right, come on, something load here. This is stupid. Come on, load you.
It's like my diamond art was going. Where's Fatal?
I like Fatal.
Mm-hmm.
Fatal's cool.
There we go. Okay,
you like most of my friends.
And for some reason, they like you.
No accounting for taste, but then again, they like me.
Well,
okay.
I still can't believe you fuckers hang out with me.
I mean, there's the ones you've had dust ups with that, quite frankly, I'd love to take them up to the International Space Station and shoot them out the airlock without a suit.
In Minecraft, YouTube.
Yep.
Not really. When I'd say the in Minecraft, I always have to do it in a really sarcastic voice.
Yeah.
I haven't really finished Diamond Arts the last couple of weeks because there's just been so much shit going on. And I'm going to be going over to help my mom for a few. So what I was going to do is I'm going to take the smaller of my Diamond Art books and just a few bead kits. And I'm going to work on those in my downtime after helping her for hours. Because most of the time I'm going to be helping her rearrange the house so my uncle can stay with her for a bit while he gets himself into some veteran housing to get away from his psycho daughter. Sorry, did I say psycho daughter? I meant bitch.
Yeah, we know what you meant.
Actually, you probably don't fully. If I told you the whole story, you'd probably want to hunt her down with me. And my uncle's a sweetheart, and he's also the one out of my dad's siblings who was closest to dad. He's also a veteran from Nam.
Okay.
So,
remember that one ass hat I used to work with, honey, that claimed to have been in Nam?
There's a little something, on my fan side of Daily Email. Star Trek Voyager could have killed the Battlestar Galactica reboot had one person stayed. The person being Ron Moore. Because actually he had some ideas for season 5 of Voyager going to basically the same thing, started leading ships to. Let me pull it up here. Let me get this out.
to be fair, I'm not much of a Galactica fan.
Yeah. Well, the timing was right for the and it was kind of like, okay, now this scenario works at the post 9/11 world. Now it has more resonance. Because before it's like, didn't really ring then. Now it did.
I know a lot of people consider that a successful version of a gender swap. It's still a gender swap.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, they do a reboot. They did a reboot. Okay, it's like they used their certain names here and there, but they weren't trying to piggyback on top of the original.
I still don't like gender swaps.
Yeah. But
I wasn't that big of a fan to begin with, and it wasn't a fan of the way it was done, and nothing that they didn't do it right. It's just not me,
Hold on.
Oh, fuck.
Whoop,
hey,
sorry.
You have a co-host,
I know. Hold on. But gotta bring up this here.
With Boomer, it was
Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh.
Anyway,
chubby little fucker who likes to annoy me.
going on here. It's like,
do you like your little theme song?
I do, yes.
Okay, so here we got this thing from Porto here. Star Trek Voyager holds a very distinct honor or dishonor, and then it's the one show that Ronald D. Moore didn't want to work on during his time with the franchise. A young man when he joined Star Trek Next Generation, he wrote some of the show's best episodes before going on to provide Star Trek Deep Space Nine with the same type of genius. Yet the Next Generation and Deep Space Nine were syndicated shows. The work experience was vastly different than say at Voyager. That show, after all, was the linchpin of the UPN catalog shows. Being a new network, they were doing everything they could to get noticed and gain viewers. They needed Voyager to be a hit more than shows like Next Generation or DS9 had to be. Those two latter shows weren't owned by a channel, but were instead said, yada. Feature stories experience, the lack of certainty affected Voyager's work experience a bit differently. Also, there was some inter-office politics that were very not good.
And don't forget hiring a fake native to make native culture.
Well, that's Hollywood. I'm talking about there's some really sinister shit that went on.
I know. That didn't help the show, though.
No, it didn't.
I'm not going to say there aren't good episodes of Voyager, that there's not plot points I liked or shit. I will say Janeway always fucking annoyed me. And the actress is even worse. Fuck her. How the hell is John Delancey friends with her when he's supposed to be one of the nicest people out there?
I don't know.
She's such a bitch to everybody. But no, he is. He's the one who got her the job. It's like, do better, man.
She had a resume going into this one, and she'd done enough television. It wasn't really
she wasn't supposed to even be auditioning. He's the one who convinced her to do it.
Well, let's see.
And that's according to both of them.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it.
But there's ideas. I was on, Voyager, but at that time there was a storyline being developed that the Voyager, for a time, starts shepherding some other ships, some alien ships. There was through some region. Don't remember if it was a war-torn region or some kind of spatial phenomenon or something, but I remember it's ringing up explicitly. Oh, you could do a ragtag fleet here, sort of like Galactica did, and maybe that becomes something you do in multiple episodes. There's a whole community there, and it got a piece of that with Equinox. And that show came, and the original idea was, they weren't going to destroy it. It was going to be part of it, and both ships were going to start building this whole thing up.
Honestly, Voyager's the Star Trek show that felt the most like it was just copying a whole bunch of other sci-fis quickly.
A lot, yeah, and I get that. Probably a lot of that was the network interference. It was something they had to deal with in the shows. DS9 they could get away with that.
The overall concept was even pretty cloned off a million others.
Yeah.
Honey.
What?
Okay. Wasn't that actress who played the Borg Queen on Voyager the same one that showed up in NCIS?
Probably.
Susanna Thompson?
Yeah.
She showed up on DS9 as Dax's,
I was going to say the Borg Queen also was the one who played Becker's ex-wife, if you remember that show. The psychopath that he feared so much was her.
Which I imagine also made thing whenever Terry Farrell was in there too, because then yeah, last time we worked, we were making out on set. Now they were trying to kill each other. But yeah, so it had a little thing about doing sort of a Galactica thing on Voyager, but it's like again things turned very sour. So.
Well, again, I love Star Trek, but let's be honest, most Star Trek has a lot of plagiarism and inspiration of others.
Yeah.
I'm a very much a Trekkie, but Roddenberry was a shameless plagiarizer, and his wife carried the tradition. I mean,
yeah, but then it's like Ron had to get out for the sake of his own career, and he wanted that idea you want to do for Voyager. How about doing the real thing?
But
he also had little words of warning, when they're planning, announcing Enterprise. So Rick and Brett, they need to become true believers in the original series in the continuity because they will be roasted if they.
Do you know what I called Voyager when it was new and I was growing up?
What?
Star Trek's attempt at Lost in Space.
That was essentially what Marina Sirtis called it when I,
Don't compare it to her.
No, also thinks it a con. No, it's basically Star Trek Lost in Space.
Don't mention that woman to me. Unless she's
it's
roasting over an open fire, don't fucking mention that woman to me. She is an absolute psychopathic bitch.
Sirtis roasting on an open fire.
Okay, make that a card. I mean.
Yeah, definitely, honey.
All right, hold on.
Put that in the hopper.
Let me jot this down here.
When I get back from this trip, I'm going to try to go through for a few days and finish up a bunch of the cards and get them translated into the deck. And fix all my old cards and all that shit.
Ugh.
You're Marina Sirtis roasting on an open fire. There we go.
Probably just Sirtis, because if you do both, it doesn't flow as well.
Yeah, well, we can fix it in post. Okay.
Ugh.
Just to get the thing down.
How's the Limey Wanker doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Still marveling at how many times this board tried to, Beetlejuice Fatal into coming in.
Yeah. That's creepy, that.
But look, I know it's just they just randomly pick them, and there's certain letters or numbers they have allocated to use for certain colors based on their official designation color listing. But you could have switched one or two of them in that place.
Yeah.
Could have. They could. There's several options because they'll fall in different places in the list of colors. There's several options they're allowed to use with each one. They could have done something other than that.
Probably someone's idea of a joke when they're printing them. Switching a few letters.
More just, that's just the way it came out. And
yeah, these are printed in China, not the UK. Let's be honest. It was just laziness.
Honey?
What?
Have you been able to get a hold of Jeanette yet?
No, I have not.
So she's not in the office?
So it's one of those things like, well, why do you tell me? Well, you tried to track down you? Okay. Our property manager is not the easiest person to nail down.
Anyway, let's be honest. If Steamy was designing diamond arts, they would be full of hidden swear words everywhere.
Oh, yeah, boobs. Everywhere, boobs.
Let's also remember that...
okay, is there a British man who isn't obsessed with boobs? That isn't gay.
Oh, boy.
Because I swear to God, British men are obsessed with big boobed women.
Yeah.
No wonder so many Brits hang out around me. I mean...
Well, yeah.
Now, I think we'd do a parody of, Baby Got Back, only Cockney the hell out of it, Oh, look, pig, babes in the cannot lie. You're the blacks can't deny it.
I mean, let's be clear. It's good to have both of those.
Mm-hmm.
The world, honestly, to most people, revolves around TNA.
Yep.
Doesn't it, Steamy?
Or honey,
100%.
Wars have been started over the thing. Yeah. Okay,
you
well,
could
that's
also do the Joe Nichols version of Baby Got Back.
no. That misses the point.
It's the same song.
I know, but it, missing the point about the boobs.
Yeah, we were talking about boobs, honey. Follow the flow.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, damn it.
Penis juice.
Well, I got prescriptions ready to be picked up out at the St. Anthony's. We're going to do that tomorrow.
I'm trying to get my husband to make me some food the other night because I was having a protein anemic crash. And he made the mistake. I don't think it was a mistake. I think he did it on purpose of asking me what protein do I want, knowing I was ticking heavy that day. Just to see if I'd tick that.
Yeah.
So I swear sometimes I think my husband's taking advantage of the ticks to hear dirty things.
Hell yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Oh. And of course, found this in the thing. Oh, a car dune buggy.
oh, honey,
Yes.
you did get the shakes, didn't you?
I got the shakes. Don't worry about that.
Ay. My eyes are going to be tortured today.
Oh my goodness. Did you see what Doomcock just put up, honey?
No, what?
Yeah. Well, the headline on it is, "Has Marvel found its balls again?"
Hold on.
With all love to Doomcock, there's been too many things he's gotten wrong over the years. He's got a lot of things right, but there's several that it's like, where the hell did you get this idea from?
Okay, the regular ones are ready for pickup, and this other one, I got to go to Sam's Club because they don't do it. So, deal with that at some point.
Oh, ow.
So,
And for those tuning in late, the Star Trek Continue sets are now in Sandusky, Ohio.
penis juice up your butt.
Those in Sandusky, we're guessing they're going to be where currently there is a Spirit Halloween pop-up store. It's a big space in there, right across the hall from Federation Marketplace, which probably is why they chose that spot. You got a Star Trek store literally across the hall.
Also, wouldn't that make it easy to get certain things for props? Just
hell
yeah.
Yeah. Or any artifacts they got of an actual thing. Yeah, get that over here.
Like we'll just go across the street.
We'll be right over there. You want to come along? Come on. We need some extras anyway.
So don't mind me doing the diamond art. I must. I am a little bit dreading this next few days. Over the next 3 days after today, my husband has 2 different medical events going on too. We are supposed to leave Friday afternoon for my mother's place, which I have to say I'm really, really grateful that they redid one of the highways in Iowa because they did turn it from a 900-mile drive to an 800-mile drive.
Okay.
I don't have to go up into fucking Minnesota and go through Blue Earth and shit anymore. Thank you, God. I mean, because I fucking hate Interstate 90 in Minnesota. Interstate 90 in South Dakota, I'm all for that. And I'll hightail it down that thing knowing the speed limit is 80 and the cops usually don't care if you're under 90.
Yeah.
Plus, I know that interstate like the back of my hand. I know where they're hiding.
Okay, ease off. There's a speed trap.
It's amazing how fast I get across about 350 miles of that. And Stevie's just sitting there going, right.
Mhm.
What is 80 miles an hour in kilometers?
It's over 170.
No, it's not that much. It's not over double. It's the high number, though. Let me do the math here a sec.
Well, the latest on that last video I did, like 107 views on.
128.7.
Yikes.
Hey.
So when I'm actually kind of gunning it and doing 90, I don't do this if any cops are watching. I mean, basically 145.
This is all hypothetical. Okay, yeah, really. No, it's kind of awkward. The last video I did on the indie thing is like it's 107 views. It's blowing up, but it's like, unfortunately, it seems like a good chunk of them are people think I'm talking about the cartoon. No. I just stick a warning. This is not a discussion of the cartoon. I had to look it up myself. I wasn't familiar with it. I was like, interesting. Teenage superheroes in Paris. Okay.
Why do all the superheroes have to start off as like teeny bopper losers? Can we just jump into them as adults?
Yeah,
bear in mind, I'm saying this is somebody who's written several stories that start with people in their teenage and preteen years.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I also started writing those stories or wrote them when I was young.
Yeah.
I'm not creating them now.
Mm.
None of you will ever know what stuff in the mainstream I actually wrote. Ha 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 ha. I mean,
Honey.
There are some good ways to hide your identity forever with assumed names and fake names.
Mm-hmm.
When I was watching that episode of NCIS Origins earlier,
Yeah.
I saw a rather familiar face from Saturday Night Live.
Oh dear.
Bobby Moynihan.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, he was like one of their evidence guys.
I missed the part where I give a fuck.
Yeah.
Well, it's Bob's channel. I thought I'd tell him.
Yeah, he could have.
Doesn't mean I can't give you shit.
Yeah, he also would have done that elsewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Steamy, have I ever not given Steph shit?
Nope.
We'd worry if he didn't. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. It's one of the highlights of coming on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it looks like I got a spinal.
And Steph's sitting there going, sometimes I wonder why I hang out with you fuckers.
Yeah.
Well, with me, it's no choice. Okay.
Divorce is a choice. I mean,
we couldn't afford it.
I smile so big every time I hear Seth say, yeah, kiss my ass. Kiss my butt. I laugh so much.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's the most uncreative response.
We actually have a relevant question. Okay. It means no, they're not going to be bringing this show, but they've done. They did their bit. You know, it would be fun if they could go back and stories just insert in between there, a few kickoffs, but no. But the sets, the thing is, they've been doing fairly well, just having the sets available for fan film producers to do their own thing. And after, hey, you want to do a show set on there? We have sets for you. Here's a set rate. But come in and use our, and quite a few productions have used those sets. So they've been, because the thing is, they reached the end of it. We can't destroy these. This is an historical artifact now. It's like there aren't many examples of accurate, complete reproductions of these sets. It's like you got these, and you got the ones up in Ticonderoga, which I think they've kind of gone the extreme there. That's a nice, pretty, very pretty museum quality stuff, but they've got plasma screens and everything, but it's not really an authentic, feel. You want to know what it's really like on the Desilu sets in the late 60s? These are the ones you go to because they're not. Looking at them, straight in the eyeball. No, they're not a little rough. The switches do look. like the rocker switches on the transporter console. You got to be careful, or they'll pull right through in the thing.
Oh, I still remember those bathrooms on the continuous sets.
Well, yeah, that thing with some toilet set up just off of corridor with the transporter room. You go down a little bit, and that's where the bathrooms are. And they had like 3 or 4 of them there. A male, female, and then some weird alien thing.
Squid.
Yeah, squid creature type thing. So whatever. I think that's another thing. It's like much better bathroom facilities in this place.
Yay!
Now the big thing though is like it's an old warehouse in Kingsland they're in, and in South Georgia, in the middle of summer, with no real air conditioning. It wasn't built for this sort of thing. It was just for a warehouse. So trying to get a lot of people in there with hot studio lights. Most of the cast is in velour uniform, or no, even velour, they would double it, but still. They're not exactly. They're not running around in shorts and tank tops. Okay, they're fully covered, and it's like it gets hot in there, very hot. First time down there, Steph actually went down. Okay.
Really, I didn't know she did that.
No, I mean, not as
that
in,
kind of going down. Get your mind out of the gutter, woman.
Wow, Stevie had the same reaction.
Yeah. Actually did a bit of a pratfally over by the bridge because and got a lot of attention. People, they'll get around.
Stevie, correct me if I'm wrong. You had the same thought when he said that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
Thank you.
Need to get your minds out of the
Suddenly understood why Bob likes Star Trek so much.
I'm not touching that one, but
yes,
Steph, I am not getting out of the gutter. I would have to crawl out of the sewer to get into the gutter.
Yes, we changed the banner slightly here.
And I fucking like it there. Go down. Go way down. I mean,
way on down. No, not that. All right. There you go. But no, they're going. They're going to be in the Sandusky Mall, right across from the headquarters for International Federation of Trekkers, which I'm pretty sure is why they located there. I hadn't heard of that bunch in years. It's like they're still around and they have a storefront. Okay.
Huh.
Now we got a reason to go to Ohio.
Well, I thought you already wanted to come over half the way over here.
Well,
just
yeah.
so you could go to Riverside sometime.
That too, yeah, making a pilgrimage there, Because I saw the sets twice in Kingsland. That was fun. Both times went. I mean, the second time was because Bejo Trimble, John and Bejo were there. That's like, no, I got to do it. You have to meet her in person for once, for God's sake. But changing
Have you
emails
heard
and
any
regular.
more about her?
I'm assuming she's doing okay, but with John dying, it's like she's 3 years older than my mom. Okay, so.
Oh, I can't stay much longer. I don't want to go. I don't want my eyes poked and prodded. I don't want them dilated and air tested and everything.
I think they only did that to me once.
Yeah, well, now because of that stupid blood sugar, guess what, Steph? You're going to do it too. That's what you have to do in yearly diabetic tests. You're supposed to have a full dilation and in-depth eye exam every year if you're diabetic to prevent glaucoma and other issues. Welcome to the club, Steph. My eyes are watering thinking when I think about it here. They're going, no, fuck you.
We're getting ready, okay? We're preparing our...
Yeah,
right now they're doing a little bit of a fundraiser thing because they're still, use some, to make this move a little more, a little smoother. Again, right now, I'm pretty sure the space they are going to have is currently occupied by a Spirit Halloween store.
Mm.
Because he said it's not a big anchor. Anchor because it's a big spot. Because the anchors are like J.C. Penney's on one end, and there's no, they don't. They're not going anywhere. I don't think. It'd be great if it was the Pennies that had all kinds of room. You could do all the standing sets and the planet set in the same location.
I mean,
And basically,
speak.
I've been hearing so much shit about a lot of mall stores just going out of existence now. It's like
That's probably why they got they agreed to the lease. It's like, yes, please, a regular tenant. Again, that's what I'm figuring. That Spirit Halloween, they just pop up during Halloween, and then come November 1st, that they do the clearance up. We're gone.
oh, that reminds me about dealing with mall stuff. There is a new gamer shop that's actually still currently being built and just opened in our mall. That's going to specialize in all kinds of nerdy stuff, including having an anime trader section, bunch of comic section, and they're going to be doing weekly gamer get-togethers and streams when they get finished setting up.
They got a name?
Nice.
Trying to remember the exact name here. Let me make sure I get it right here. I just want to make sure I get the name right because it just opened it.
Okay.
I know it's got turtle in it, but I plan to do a couple visits to it with my stuff to get it out there for people.
Video. We want video of that.
I discovered it the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my husband walked around going, yeah, we could come here some more.
Mm-hmm.
It's still kind of a shambles. It's still only half done, but
I miss Think Geek. Those are fun stores.
there we are. Zoom in here.
oh yeah, you missed all the fun last night.
What?
That story I sent to you, the one that you ended up standing on to.
Oh, that one, yeah. Well, I sent it, just posted it for her because she follows me, so I figured she'll pick up on it. But this gal's a 20-some veteran of the Marine Corps wearing a. I posted on in the group thing.
Yeah, don't give into the darkness within.
Don't give into the inner war. Stop military suicide. And some flight attendant that is threatening. What are you? Nothing threatening about you. Gonna boot off the ship because he didn't like her T-shirt.
Actually, they booted her onto the jetway and then
made her change. Yeah. None of her, she wasn't wearing a bra at the time. She said, "Turn around." I don't care about your hair. Now, corporate is saying we honor your service. We thank you for your thing, but and I imagine that flight attendant will be having a little talking to. Saying, don't say that to a veteran. She's good,
I know
20-something veteran. You're a veteran in the Marine Corps. She can bake you 6 weeks from Tuesday, without even breaking a sweat. Do you really want to piss this person off? We don't want to get Bud Lighted. Okay.
And this has nothing to do with politics. This is just plain old, common decency.
Yeah, it's trying to raise awareness about military suicide. It's always been a problem. For about as long as there's been a military, soldiers and just have a higher tendency to off themselves.
There it is, Turtle Power Games. They just got set up. And they're really nice, actually.
Turtle Power Games, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, in the Lindale Mall.
Yep.
Let's give them a plug. Okay.
I'd walk out of that store going, there's a lot of things here I think my friends would love to come see.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Soon my internet will stop being retarded and get in line. Come on.
And the local business, they only in around a short time, and they just located into the room they're in
Mhm.
and reopened a few weeks ago.
Mhm.
So they're still building and setting up.
Yeah.
Who's got the echo?
There we go.
I don't think it's me.
Don't think it's me.
Yeah.
Well, let me see here if I could test a little something a moment here. Does it go away if I do this? Does it go away if I do this? I don't know.
Mhm.
Do 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 bong. Wow, 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 wow. Yep. Gain group. Bob.
Movie clubs on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sign up later. Okay.
But they were really nice and friendly, and I did end up getting stuff there. I'm just not even gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at that stuff, do you doubt that I went in there and went, nerd?
Yes. When shops like this pop up, support them.
Mm.
So these are businesses that even, I mean, like I said, ThinkGeek, that was a major thing, and they died, or they had to merge up with GameStop. So they kind of got still the press there, but like still, it's like it was a standalone. It's like I've got a couple of videos on that. Go back a few years. It's like
That reminds me, honey. You still owe me a soft kitty pillow.
yeah. Looks like it's an old Borders or something.
No,
Or
it was a Hallmark store actually.
okay, there we go. Yeah, in the ballpark. Yeah, product selection. Let's take a look.
And personally, I'd rather go to this place than Mile High Comics these days.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been in Mile High Comics forever. We have those stairs, but yeah.
Well, it's not just that; it's the fact that Chuck seems to be mixed up with Drag Queen Story Hour.
Well, yeah, Chuck Rosansky, owner of Mile High Comics, let's just say there's a brain injury involved. Okay, and suddenly discovered that he, has an affinity for drag, and he's being good and supportive and stuff, and saying, not seeing what's the problem with your, dragging Story Hour. I'm sure nothing when he does, nothing untoward going on. He's in a full ball gown type thing, a big beehive wig.
I mean, to ones who do more traditional drag that's not as ridiculous, and they're fully dressed and all that, they're not in the burlesque side, I don't really care.
Yeah.
To the ones who are dressing up in those sexual outfits and stuff, I really care. But also, really, really fucking weird that you want to do the drag stuff with children. Period.
Exactly.
It
yeah.
It makes sense.
It begs the question. It's not a matter of whether to fuck to the kids. What's so important about you doing this in front of children?
Yeah.
Because it's one thing. There's always been these drag type of thing, or some variation of men dressing up as women. It's part of the joke because you're not fooling anybody. But it's always been an adult thing. Like
That
when you start
reminds me.
you start involving kids, that's when the blades come out. Okay.
You just reminded me of something, honey.
What?
Tu Wong Fu, like just right towards the end of the movie, one of the characters in this little town finally realized that that Vita Bohem was a drag queen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she finally let on that she knew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest. There's very few people that I've ever felt could actually pass.
Yeah.
Blair White can.
Yeah. Blair White's had a lot of work. Okay.
Yeah, well, Blair White, I've seen the pictures even before. Always looked very feminine.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, you know, I think there's some chromosomal thing going on. It's always a bit on the effeminate side, anyway.
I would say more than a bit, honestly.
Yeah. Even the before pictures when still, you know, the male. Like,
you look kind of like a chick there. I mean,
yeah, a little on the frail side.
What about that time that Dustin Hoffman got in the elevator with what was it? Jose
Well, there was basically they were doing the Tootsie makeup and doing a field test because we got to make sure this will actually work. You know, not just because we say it doesn't move. That will actually work in the field. And again, it's in New York, so you know, and Hoffman's in full drag, glasses, wig, everything, and in an elevator, and then walks Jose Ferrer. And just this is a once in a lifetime situation here. And just Mr. Ferrer, I just love them. They've always been a big fan of yours. And actually, you know, and basically offered to blow him. And it's kind of, you know, knowing the mood. What is you just sort of looked at, no, thank you. Just start, you know, and just got off to the next thing. But that was the point. Okay, it works. He bought it. Okay. So, I mean, Jose Ferrer is no stranger to stage makeup, for God's sakes. He got the Oscar for Cyrano. Okay, so. Whatever you're doing, stop it.
What?
You
may not hear it, but you were bumping the microphone. You know.
And making this horrible scratching noise in our ears.
And it sounds like you're doing a tap dance routine on the damn thing.
No, it sounds like she's using it as her dildo.
Excuse me?
No,
You're not excused.
No squishy noises. No.
Bitch.
Duh.
That's your best comeback.
I mean, the one I made was actually really crude and vulgar.
Yeah.
And you respond by bitch. That's so fucking mean.
Yes, once again.
Go blow a tailpipe.
Yes, this.
Preferably
Well, she's trying. Don't elaborate, okay? Come on, yeah.
First rule: never elaborate. If your joke needs elaborating, it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Second rule: you have to be worse than the person making fun of you. So stop pussyfooting, bitch face.
Okay.
Why don't you go take a vacation on the International Space Station?
That's supposed to be a bad thing?
I know that she's trying to make a comment about her joke about wanting to shoot people out the docking bay earlier, but it just fell flat.
Whatever.
Someone offered me a shot up to the
You
space.
fall flat a lot, honey. I'm starting to wonder about your figure. Are you actually flat?
Fuck no.
Then stop falling flat. What are you using?
Good
Duct
grief.
tape?
I'd be on the space station in a shot. Okay, God. Do wonders for my spine.
I have to go though. I have to go have my eyes tortured.
Okay.
Good luck.
Stay out of trouble. And Steph, learn to insult better, you twatty.
Love you, bitch.
Yeah, we need to get back to work. Watching more comedy stuff. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up at that point here. We already been over an hour, and I don't want to go longer than that because then people don't tune in the first place. Oh, that's long. Forget it. So we will talk at you later.